everyone, for the 28th season. It's the South Union Township Sports Network. Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Tonight, via tape delay from the home of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs at the Mustang Corral, it's the Mustangs hosting the Mount Pleasant Vikings. Hello, everyone. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay. We welcome you aboard for tonight's football action. The South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffmeyer, Rick Frank, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and CUTV with Gary Smith. Once again, this is Gary Frankhauser, Rick Frank alongside Jerry Dupay on the camera. We're ready for another year of high school football on the South Union Township Sports Network, and we'll be back after these messages with the starting lineups for both squads.
Sounds good.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Important for people to know that we represent injured people to the best of our ability, and we've been successful doing that. And I don't say that to have people come to see us because we have been successful. I say that because it's true, and it's important.
Another important aspect is the experience that we have is local experience in the court system in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Here we go with the starting lineups here from the Mustang Corral for the offense for the Mount Pleasant Vikings. Rick, can you go across those for us?
Absolutely. On offense, the front line, starting on the left tackle, number 70, Cody Vokes, 6'4", 285-pound senior. Left guard, number 60, Alex Killinger, 6'1", 185-pound junior. The center, number 51, Ethan Donaldson, a 5'11", 220-pound senior. Right guard, number 62, Alex Shoffley, a 6 foot, 185-pound senior. And right tackle, number 74, Kenny Biller, a 5'10", 220-pound sophomore. The quarterback, Lucas Pizak, a 6 foot, 175-pound junior. The fullback, number 31, Mike Govern, a 5'11", 210-pound senior. Halfback, number 5, Cody Reese, 5'11", 165-pound senior. The receivers, the wide receiver, number 3, Ryan Quinn, a 6'1", 170-pound senior. The tight end is Noah Lynch, a 5'10", 185-pound senior. And the flex is number 11, Alex Cadillac, number 6'1", 180-pound junior.
That's the offense for Mount Pleasant. We'll be right back with the offensive starters for the Mustangs after these messages. Once again, you're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Here we go. Both teams still going through their pregame activities and flexing out there on the field. Rick, who's on offense for the Mustangs?
On offense, on the front line, number 55, Jonathan Leidy, a 6'1", 250-pound senior. Joey Connolly is the left guard, number 74, a 6'1", 250-pound sophomore. Center, Will Kujanar. He's a rock on that line. Number 58, 5'9", 230-pound senior. Right guard, Cody Christopher, 5'11", 250-pound senior. And right tackle, Brandon Chury, a 6'1", 240-pound senior. We're going to have switching quarterbacks, platoon quarterbacks between probably the starter will be number 2, Ian Edenfield, 6'4", 230-pound senior. Connor Basinger will also fill in at that spot. The fullback, number 45, Chad Petrish, 5'11", 175-pound senior. The receivers, 2 wings. First, number 1, Jacob McClusack, a 5'7", 170-pound senior. And number 12, Ryan Fike, a 5'7", 155-pound senior. The other receivers, number 10, Ryan Richter, 5'11", 200, senior. And number 30, Jacob Dukeman, a 6'3", 195-pound senior.
Those are the starters on offense for the Mustangs. We'll be back continuing with pregame activities from the Mustang Corral here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar. Smith, Lewis & Chess Financial Services in Uniontown would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
Here we go. Welcome again back to the Mustang Corral, the South Union Township Sports Network in cooperation with Atlantic Broadband Cable and CUTV. We're proud to bring you another year of high school football. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank. We're just about ready for the meeting of the captains at midfield for the Mustangs. Captain Ian Edenfield, Jake Dukeman, number 30, and Cody Christopher, number 59. Across the way, several captains for the Mount Pleasant Vikings. Number 8 looks like Caden Zawalsh. Number 81, that is Noah Lynch. Number 31, I think that is Michael Govern, fullback. Number 70, Cody Vokes. And number 62, Alex Schaffley. So we're just about ready for the meeting at midfield.
It's a beautiful night out here, Gary. Hardly any wind.
Perfect night for high school
70
football.
degrees, low humidity.
And while we have a chance before they have the meeting, we want to remind all of the viewers from South Union and everywhere in the area that there will be a grand opening ceremony, a ribbon cutting ceremony for the portion of the walking trail, the sheepskin trail in South Union Township. Just beautiful out there in South Union and Hopwood, across to Hutchison and over towards the Uniontown city line on Thursday, August the 31st at 6:30, ribbon cutting ceremony at the bridge near Hutchison. And we'll remind you again about that. And here come the captains to meet at midfield.
Number 31, Michael Govern. Number 62, Alex Schaffley. Number 7,
across the town, the Uniontown Red Raiders are hosting the Connellsville Falcons in the battle for the coal bucket. We're giving bonus coverage to that on WMBS also. And we're really anxious to see what the Mustangs can put together this year. Coach Zach Just, in his 7th season with the Mustangs, Rick, has had a little bit of an up and down situation, made the playoffs several years ago. Last couple years, a little bit difficulty on the defensive side, but have always been competitive. They need to shore up that defensive side of the ball, keep the ball moving up and down the field, and put some points on the board. But it's all on the line now as the regular season begins.
They have a lot of experience on this team, Gary. Out of the 22 starters, there's only 3 non-seniors.
Well, that's important, and I know we got a couple injuries. I know Brandon Chury is out for this evening's game, I believe. We're looking for him. No, he's in there, number 77. I think 73 is the injured Mustang. That looks like James Baker. So I had the numbers a little confused there. So that's important. He's a big right tackle, 6'1", 240 across that offensive line. We got Chury 240, Christopher 250, Kuznar 230, Conley 250, and the lightweight Jonathan Lighty just 215.
Well, Gary, Laurel Highlands won the toss, and they've elected to kick off, moving from right to left on your TV screen. Mount Pleasant to receive.
Mustangs in the home red, all red uniforms with the white helmets. The Mount Pleasant Vikings in the white uniforms with the burgundy helmets.
Only 4 of the Big 9 teams are playing tonight, Gary. Obviously, Laurel Highlands, West Mifflin, TJ, Trinity, Albert Gallatin, Ringgold, and BV are playing a second scrimmage game apparently.
Chad Petrus will do the kicking for the Mustangs. And here we go. We're underway at the Mustang Corral. Kick coming down at about the 15-yard line. Taken there by the Mount Pleasant Vikings. Strong tackle there made by the Mustangs, trying to pick up those numbers. A little bit difficult to pick up the numbers here in the twilight, but number 10 looks like for the Mustang, Ryan Richter for the Mustangs. Returned there by number 8, Caden Zawalsh, the sophomore for Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant coming out on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. At quarterback, Lucas Pizak will cup up under center. The 6-foot, 175-pound junior now motion and off right tackle, a little bit of a seam there. That looks like number
10.
11, Alex Cadillac.
10 made the tackle.
And
Taken by number 31.
I'm sorry, number 31 for the Mount Pleasant
4 yards on the play.
Vikings. Number 31 is Michael Govern, the fullback. Sorry about that. As we said, we're with this sun right in our eyes here. A little bit difficulty picking up the numbers, but we'll do the best we can. 2nd down and 6 at the 32. Motion in left, and now here's a wide sweep out to the outside. Gains the corner slightly after taken out of bounds there by number 9. That is Connor Basinger, and that was Zawalsh, I believe, on the run. I'm sorry, number 5, Cody Reese. So that was a gain of about 4 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Ball sits at the Viking 32-yard line. They need to gain about the 38 and a half.
Basinger to Laurel Highlands. It's now a 3rd down and 1. The ball at the 37-yard line.
Tight formation for the Vikings. Looks like a power formation. They're going to run it right up the middle, and big hit there right at the line of scrimmage.
For a loss.
A loss on the play, so
Cody Christopher was right there.
Cody Christopher just denied any opportunity for the runner there to gain any kind of a yardage.
The ball carrier stopped immediately.
Looked like Govern on the carry, and he was stopped in the backfield. Christopher on the tackle. Big opening defensive series for the Mustangs.
Christopher with a swim move got right past his man, the blocker. Govern didn't have a chance.
On the punt, low snap. Now let's see what the Mustangs can't get in. A little contact there, no call. Back now is Basinger with the return right up the middle, and he'll set the Mustangs up in decent field position at the 39-yard line. Tackle there by number 10 for Mount Pleasant, Braden Gibbons. And the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
As we predicted, Gary, Ian Edenfield is the starting quarterback.
So Edenfield will come out to lead the Mustang offense here, at least in the first series. He'll be flanked by Chad Petrus, Ryan Fike, and Jacob McClusack. From the shotgun, Edenfield. Official gives the ready to play. And fakes inside. Edenfield will take it himself right up the middle. Will run over the defensive back at the 42-yard line of the Vikings. Edenfield on a huge run. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Give him 10.
20 yards.
20 yards on the run. So Edenfield, his first opportunity, meets the defensive back for Mount Pleasant. Down the field, that was number 5, Cody Reese.
Well, it's 6'4", 230.
Same thing to the other side, Edenfield, and this time the Vikings are up to the task, and that's at the gain of about 2. Tackle in there by number 70 for the Vikings, Cody Vokes.
And Gary, it's 6'4", 230. It's not easy to bring down Ian Edenfield.
Well, and that's 6'4", 285 defensive tackle running into him. What a collision. 2nd down, 8 inside the 40-yard line at the 39. Edenfield now will hand it off to number 12 for the Mustangs, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Fike on the carry, and that will be for no gain. So we'll bring up the first third down in this series for the Mustangs at the 39-yard line. Michael Govern on the tackle. Sorry, Rick.
Both of Ian Edenfield's runs, he was not avoiding contact there.
No way. He's going right up the field, straight downhill on the carry. And third down and 8. Let's see if the Mustangs will put it in the air. Coming to the near side is Ryan Richter. And here goes a pitch out now to Petrus. He got blockers, and the pursuit gains him, though, from the inside, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Good pursuit that time by Dylan Rogers for Mount Pleasant, and he's going to lose 2 yards on that, make it 3-yard loss back to the 42-yard line. The Mustangs are not bringing on the illegal procedure against the Mustangs, though. Let's see if that's one that they will decline, or if that is a dead ball foul. Let's see what the call is.
Rogers came in totally untouched on that play, and Petrus, he was using his blockers, and Rogers caught up to him pretty quick.
Came inside out on it. It looks like the Mustangs are going to bring out the punt team, not wanting to give Mount Pleasant the change in field position. Punter for the Mustangs is Jacob Dukeman, number 30. And deep back there for Mount Pleasant is number 8. That's Caden Walsh. That's off the side of his foot. It'll go to the right, but good Mustang bounce will go inside the 15-yard line and marked down there at the 14.
15-yard line.
Pinned him back pretty nicely. Got it. Definitely a Mustang bounce.
Absolutely. What looked like possibly was going to be a tail dragger that could have bounced backwards turned into a pretty good field position punt for the Mustangs, pushing the Vikings back to the 15-yard line. Second offensive series now for the Vikings. Looks like a different quarter. Now Lucas Pizak now is going to go from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Crab motion inside. Now inside handoff, a little bit of a gap there on the inside trap. Running there on the play, number 31. That is Mike Govern.
Handoff went to number 31, Michael Govern.
Gain of 3 on the play brings up 2nd down and 7. Give him 4, make it 2nd and 6.
Line will be 2nd down and 6.
You know, last year the Mustangs didn't handle that trap play, cutback play as well. It looked like they've been working on it this summer.
7:50 to go now here in the first. Exchange of punts to start the first quarter. Mount Pleasant with their second possession now, 2nd down and 6. Sweep wide left. Pursuit from the Mustangs now. Very good on the inside out from the Mustang linebackers. Number 5, Cody Reese on the carry, and he's going to lose a couple that time. He's coming from the inside linebacker position that time for the Mustangs was...
That was Dukeman coming in on the first that slowed him down.
So they make it no gain, so the ball sits at the 20-yard line. It's 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun again, Pizak, ball's on the turf, but he gains it now. Swing pass out, some room, open field tackle, but it looks like he will have enough for the first down. That's Govern. And he gains the necessary yardage for the first down.
Number 9, Connor
Basinger, Edenfield helping out, but the open field tackle was not short of the stick, so first down, Mount Pleasant. At the 6:52 mark, still no score.
First pass play of the game.
And we welcome in the WMBS listeners. The second series for the Mount Pleasant Vikings have them set up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Right up the middle, run there by number 31, Mike Govern. He's been running the ball consistently for the Mount Pleasant Vikings in the first 2 series. Exchange of punts. No score here with 6:24 to go. Mount Pleasant in their own territory at the 30-yard line, facing a 2nd down and 6. Send it back to you, Brian and Steve.
2nd down and 6.
Pizak now facing a 2nd down and 6. Good run inside. First down, 4-yard carried for Govern. Now here's the sweep again. Reese trying to weave his way through the defenders, but he's brought down there by Petrus along with number 5, Elijah Gwynn. So we'll give him
4 yards on that.
4 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Number 45, Chad Petrus. And also number 5, Elijah Gwynn.
So we've seen inside trap several times for the Vikings, followed by the speed sweep by Reese, just the inside handoff trying to turn the corner. One swing pass that resulted in the first down for the Vikings. Another big play here on defense for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. And there's a direct snap to Reese. He's trying to get his way through this mess.
I think he got it. No,
and
I think he's
it's going to be
short.
depend on the spot. Referees are coming in, and he may be slightly short. That was a direct snap to Reese. And let's see how the spot's going to be.
He's going to be about half a yard short.
I think he's short.
4th down.
4th down and a half a yard. And no risk now for the Vikings as they bring on the punt team. Early in the season, may see some trickeration here, Rick. Look out for the fake. Why not early in the season like this? There's a snap, good snap this time. And he gets off a low spiral that will be caught at about the 34-yard line on the left side. That's number 6, Sean Richter on the return.
Again, good field position to start for the Mustangs.
Once again, they're set up at the 42-yard line, so the exchange of punts has resulted in an increase of field position for the Mustangs. Let's just see now if they can put together a drive of their own. Back in at quarterback now. Looks like Basinger will get his shot.
Well, one thing we know is that Coach Just is not afraid to platoon and swing people in and out of the game. Let everybody get their hand on it.
So Connor Basinger, probably a little bit more of a finesse quarterback than Edenfield. As Petrus to his right. Sends Fike in motion. Handoff inside. This is Petrus, and he'll push ahead for a nominal gain of about 2 yards. And stopped there by the middle of the defensive line. Looks like Kenny Biller along with Cody Volks.
It's going to be crucial for the Mustangs to keep the clock moving, keep the ball moving down the field, even if it's 2 or 4 yards at a time.
We're down to 4 minutes to go here in the first. Facing a 2nd down and 7. Basinger in the pistol. Out pattern now. Caught inside the 45 of the Vikings. First down. Can he hold on? Takes about 4 or 5 Vikings to bring him down.
Into Viking territory.
Catch there made by
Dukeman.
Basinger make the pass to
Jacob Dukeman.
Laurel
Highlands.
That could be a lethal combination throughout the season, Rick. Basinger to Dukeman gives them the first down. Big pickup of 5, 10, 15, 18 yards on the play. First down and 10.
And it was a strike for about 10 of those, and Dukeman dragged a couple guys 8 yards.
Here's Basinger. Pitch out now. Nice play. Good fake. Ball fake. Around the right side, I believe that's Fike. Tackle on that side there by my number 11 for
Ryan Fike for Laurel
Mount Pleasant Attic Cadillac, but a nice first down gain of 7.5 yards. We'll make it 2nd and 3. Inside or right at the 30-yard line. Clock still ticking. 3 minutes to go now here in the first period. Still no score. Opening game here for the Mustangs and Mount Pleasant. Now we have offside, and that's going to be an automatic first down for the Mustangs. As you all know, in the high school game, as soon as that line of scrimmage is broken, the call is made, and that's offside. An extra 5 yards for the Mustangs will put the ball down at the 25-yard line and a first down.
1st and 10, the Mustangs.
A lot of anticipation, a lot of adrenaline out there first game, Gary.
Absolutely. And Basinger showing some poise in his first game at the helm. He'll hand it off. No, he'll keep it himself. Makes one move around the left side. And he's forward. Inside the 20. Falls forward to the 19, 6-yard gain. So good ball handling there by Basinger. Looked like he left it in the belly of Chad Petrus for a long time, holding those linebackers in their position, giving him some room around that left end.
2nd down and 4.
Again, the offensive coaches are doing a good job of keeping Mount Pleasant off balance.
Giving that offensive line some credit. They're holding those blocks, which is crucial in that read option. Basinger now calling the signals. Fike in motion, inside handoff, no, Basinger keeps it up the middle, breaks one tackle inside the 5, down to the 3, almost to the 2-yard line, and once again, brilliant ball handling there by Cody Basinger. Cadillac on the tackle for Mount Pleasant, but not before it is set up. 1st and goal at the 2.5-yard line.
16-yard peel-off run.
2 nice plays back-to-back there for Cody Basinger.
Connor Basinger.
I'm sorry. Connor.
We got some Codys.
We have some Codys. Connor Basinger. Now, handoff inside, and Basinger again with the brilliant fake. Takes it in himself for the Mustang touchdown.
Well, Ryan Fike had 2 defensive players tackle him because they thought he had the ball.
They had 2
Very
of them on him. You're right. Big deception there. 1:33 to go here in the first. The Mustangs take a 6-0 lead, and on for the extra point for the Mustangs, Alex McClay, the 6-foot senior.
Point for Laurel Highlands, number 7, Alex McClay.
Snap a little low now. He'll have to pick it up. Basinger looking to try to get it in the end zone. Will not. So McClay had no chance to make a kick there as the snap rolled back to Basinger. So the Mustangs will settle for a 6-0 lead. 1:33 to go here in the first. And we'll be back. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Welcome back. The Mustangs with the early 6-0 lead on the running legs of Connor Basinger, as well as the pass from Basinger to Dukeman. 57-yard drive on their second possession of the game. Petrus will tee it up for the Mustangs. Ready to play. Chad kick down to about the 15-yard line. Taken there by number 3, and he has a room down the right side. He'll cut it back in, and this is going to be great field position now for Mount Pleasant. That's Ryan Quinn on the return for Mount Pleasant.
Finally tackled by Elijah.
All the way out to midfield. Good return there by Ryan Quinn for Mount Pleasant. Had the edge down the right sideline and cut it back in for an extra 10 yards, gets it all the way to midfield. So now Mount Pleasant set up the first time with some good field position. Mustang defense looking at a spread offense. This is Govern, has some room on the right side this time. Gets about 6 yards. Tackle there by Sean Richter. Gain of about 6.
Stop by the Mustangs, number 9.
That's Govern's 7th carry for 23 yards so far.
Gain of 6 on the play.
He seems to be most of their offense.
2nd and 4.
2nd down and 4. Good gain on first down. Sets them up in a position, well, looked like movement on the left side. And there's a swing pass out now to number 5. That's Reese. And short gain on the play of about 1 yard.
Cody Reese.
Good defense out there. Open field tackle by the Mustang.
To the 42-yard line.
Right corner.
It looked like Sean Richter sealed off the outside, and Petrish came right in.
Nice play by Richter, just keeping his feet under him and making a sound open field tackle. 3rd down and 2.
The clock winds down at the end of the first quarter.
Trip receivers to the right now. And this is going to be fake inside and a tackle for a loss. Who is that in the backfield for the Mustangs?
Number 45. Chad Petrish.
Petrish, number 45, and we'll be calling his name a lot.
4th down along 2.
So now 4th down, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The Mustangs lead 6-0. We'll be back to see what Mount Pleasant chooses to do at 4th down and 2 on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
You don't have to travel to Pittsburgh to get good representation. We've been doing it since 1976. We've been successful. We can help you right here at home.
We know the nuances of the legal system in Uniontown and Fayette County. We know the nuances of the legal system in Waynesburg and in Washington.
We know the system. We know where the courthouse is, and we know where to park. And at our office, you can park for free.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Mount Pleasant Vikings facing a 4th down and 3 in the Mustang territory at the 43-yard line. They're choosing to go for it just at the beginning of the second quarter here. This will be the first play of the second quarter. Up under center now goes Lucas Pizak. Man in motion, and it's going to be inside handoff. Mustangs with great pursuit again. And coming in there again for the Mustangs, I think that's Petrus. Try to pick up the number. That's number 6. That's Sean Richter. Great play from his inside linebacker position. Just slices through the offensive line and makes a tackle in the backfield. Mustangs take over on downs.
What a great charge for the whole team to have that turnover on downs.
Had that deciphered and just weaved his way through the Viking blockers and found the running back, makes the tackle.
1st and 10, Laurel Highlands from the row 48.
We welcome in the WMBS listeners once again. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank. The Mustangs just took over on downs after a great defensive stand and lead now 6-0. Mustangs scored on a 57-yard drive led by the quarterback Connor Basinger. A pass by him to Dukman for 18 yards. 3 runs on the read option by Basinger put the Mustangs at 1st and goal at the 2.5-yard line. Basinger took it in himself at the 1:33 mark to give them a 6-0 lead. The extra point was no good, and now the Mustangs are threatening again in Viking territory with Edenfield at quarterback now, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. So that's going to set up a 3rd down and 10 back at the Mustang 47-yard line. So the Mustangs do lead 6-0 into the second quarter, 11 minutes to go, and we'll send it back to Brian and Steve at the Uniontown-Connellsville game.
Mustang territory. Be a 3rd down and 9.
Here's a 3rd down and 9. Edenfield in at quarterback. He'll go back, looking. Strong throw down the middle and broken up. Just a little bit behind the receiver. Two receivers down there. Yeah, that was
McClusack and Ryan Fike.
Fike and McClusack both in the area, but kind of thrown between them, and neither one could put their hands on it sufficiently to pull it in. That's going to be 4th down.
It was pretty well defended by Ryan Quinn from Mount Pleasant.
Dukman will set up in punt formation.
For Laurel Highlands is number 30, Jacob Dukman.
A high snap over Dukman's head. He's going to go out and get it, but nobody coming for the Vikings, so he's still got a chance to punt it, but he's going to try to run it. Now, that was a mental mistake. He had an opportunity to punt it, but he's going to take a huge loss all the way back to the 20-yard line, setting up Mount Pleasant. And there's the first mistake of the season for the Mustangs. Dukman really didn't have any knowledge that no one from the Mount Pleasant Vikings were actually rushing on the play. They were trying to set up the return.
He couldn't see because he was running toward his own end zone for the ball.
And once he picked it up, he just figured there was no chance that he could kick it. Probably could have, though. But now 1st and 10 for Mount Pleasant at the 20-yard line of Laurel Highlands. Pizak, inside handoff to Govern. He'll break tackles and get inside the 15, so a nice 6-yard gain on 1st down. Getting up off the bottom of the pile there for the Mustangs. That was Govern on the play.
Number 45, Chad
Petrus on the tackle.
14-yard line.
Along with
2nd down and 4.
Richter also in on the tackle, and Dukman.
So out of their 13 plays, Govern's been 9 of them.
He's the workhorse, no doubt about that. And then now Pizak will go into the shotgun. Looking around now, it's wide open around the right side. Good run by Reese, and he'll be pushed out of bounds, but that'll be a substantial gain of 10 yards for Mount Pleasant.
At the 5-yard line, and it'll be a first and goal.
It'll be a first and goal for the Mustangs at the 5-yard line. So
that's the worst thing of it. The 9 yards wasn't good, but the first down is a killer.
At the 5-yard line now, 9:38 to go. The Vikings trying to take advantage of the de facto turnover, the over-the-head snap by the Mustang punting team. And now this will be Govern. Up the middle, hit right at the line of scrimmage. Fumble, ball's on the ground. What do we got?
Right on the 5-yard line.
Who has it?
Cody Christopher wrapped that running back up right away. There we go. Another break.
So the Mustangs turn away the Viking threat at the 5-yard line. Cody Christopher on the initial hit just made the ball come loose from Govern.
Number 59 for Laurel Highlands, Cody Christopher.
And Christopher with the recovery. Do not allow the Vikings to score. At the 9:31 mark, the Mustangs will take over again, and
take over now, 1st and 10.
Basinger will step back in at quarterback.
Alternating series.
2 receivers to the near side. Tight end left will come in motion, and now Basinger hands off inside, so trying to get out from under the shadow of the goalpost. Gain of about 2. I think that was Petrus. Now with dusk setting in, it's even more difficult to pick up these numbers, Rick.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a better job with my binocs.
We're under 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Mustangs with a 6-0 lead. Just turned away the first threat of the Mount Pleasant Vikings on the fumble at the 5-yard line. Now Basinger back, looking, rolling right now. He'll tuck it down. Take off, use speed. He's in the open field. He could go. He's way ahead of the field. Down to the 20, the 5, and in. That is a 92-yard run for Connor Basinger.
At the 42-yard line.
Penalty back at the 42-yard line, though. Let's see what that is. I hope that's not a unnecessary foul by the Mustangs, as Basinger was 20 yards ahead of everybody.
The Mount Pleasant coach is signaling for his players to come back. So
what do we got? Personal foul against the Mustangs. Wow. No need for anyone on the Mustangs to do anything improper with Basinger just streaking down the field. We didn't see what it was, but
so far ahead, we were watching.
Zach Just has got to be going crazy with that one.
Personal foul called against Laurel Highlands from the spot of the foul at the 42-yard line.
So that's going to be a first down, and that's going to just move the ball back to the.
Back now to the 27-yard line.
Back to the 27-yard line. Wow.
The 1st and 10, Laurel Highlands.
That is a huge break for Mount Pleasant. Unforced error by the Mustangs. And that's an exchange of about 130 yards, Rick.
Well, it turns out to be a 19-yard gain.
92 minus 74, 73. So like a 160-yard swap of yardage.
But somehow we're 19 yards closer.
Now Basinger will hand off inside, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. So Mount Pleasant was not going for the fake that time, as Basinger just kept it and was hit at the line of scrimmage to pick up that number of who made the tackle.
Number 10, Braden Gibbons. He wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10.
They're going to have to change the plays up a little bit, because Basinger up the middle is not, they might be on to that.
So look for him to put it in the air now. Twin receivers to both sides. In motion now. Fake inside. It's the option left, and Basinger will keep. He'll hold on to it and gain the first down out past the 38-yard line.
Nice 11-yard run for Connor.
Tackled in bounds there by number 31, Mike Govern. That's to the 39-yard line. Gain of 11. First down, Mustangs.
You really have to have a good head for this read option offense, Gary.
Yeah.
It's not easy, and it's on the fly.
Looks like Connor's very comfortable in that position. He has shown a great poise so far here in the first half, clicking off big yardage on several of his attempts. First and 10 at the 39. Tight formation this time. Here's a handoff around the outside, and that's going to be for a loss. Nowhere to go. Could not get it north and south.
Miguel
as number 22 for the Mustangs.
Ball carrier for Laurel Highlands.
That was Miguel Brumfield, his first carry of the evening, and that's going to lose 6 yards.
For the Vikings.
Speed option, but it never developed with an opportunity for him to be able to turn that up the field.
Second down and 15.
Went east to west the entire way, no north to south action.
Loss of 5. It's a tough way to start the year.
Second down and 15. Now, Basinger. Basinger will roll left, looking for the pass, and he has a man open, but just outside the reach of the receiver there. Intended for Jacob McClusack. That'll fall incomplete, makes it 3rd and 15. Brian and Steve, the Mustangs had an opportunity on a 92-yard run by Connor Basinger. Pulled it down when it looked like he was going to pass. It went all the way for the touchdown, but called back on a personal foul after Basinger was 20 yards in the open. We could not see who made that penalty for the Mustangs, but now the Mustangs 3rd and 15, still leading 6-0 after the Mustangs turned away the Vikings on 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. The Vikings fumbled, and now Basinger will be dragged out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So with 6:31 to go here in the second, the Mustangs lead 6-0. Back to you, Brian.
65, Jacob Wilkinson. Ball's now at the 29-yard line. Be a 4th and 20. Back to punt for Laurel Highlands is number
Back to punt now for the Mustangs, Jacob Dukeman. So the Mustangs go backwards on 3 straight plays, I'm sorry.
Ryan Quinn for the Vikings.
And let's see if they can get a good snap on this one. They do. Dukeman, knuckleball, end over end, fair catch called and made at the 38-yard line.
By Cody
Back
Reese.
there to make the catch, number 5, Cody Reese. And that will set up Mount Pleasant at the 38-yard line. We'll take a quick break here on the South Union Township Sports Network and be back right after these messages.
Ball's now at the 29-yard line. Be a 4th and 20. Back to punt for Laurel Highlands is number
Back to punt now for the Mustangs, Jacob Dukeman. So the Mustangs go backwards on 3 straight plays, I'm sorry.
Ryan Quinn for the Vikings.
And let's see if they can get a good snap on this one. They do. Dukeman, knuckleball, end over end, fair catch called and made at the 38-yard line.
By Cody
Back
Reese.
there to make the catch, number 5, Cody Reese. And that will set up Mount Pleasant at the 38-yard line. We'll take a quick break here on the South Union Township Sports Network and be back right after these messages.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar. Smith, Lewis & Chess, financial services in Uniontown. would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 38-yard line. Back and forth action. Mustangs with the only score. Oh, there's a screen pass out left to Reese. Look for blockers. Now waits for his blockers nicely. Breaks loose. He'll go 30, 20, 10, 5, and touchdown, Mount Pleasant. Beautiful delay there by Cody Reese on the left side screen. It looked like the Mustangs had him wrapped up, but he just waited for his blockers to come from the inside. Knocked away the Mustang defense. That's a 62-yard pass and catch. Pizak to Reese. And that will go for the Mount Pleasant touchdown to tie things up with 5:40 to go here in the second. On for the extra point now is number 9, Brady Tate.
Here's where the extra point.
Try to put Mount Pleasant in the lead, Rick.
Here's where the extra point could go.
Mustangs
we got motion on the side.
Mustangs were offside, so they'll have to make him kick it again.
We don't see a lot of field goals in high school, but extra points are important.
Absolutely, and he had a strong leg on that one, but they'll make him kick it again. So the Mustangs, after looking very strong on defense, give up the big play, 62-yard screen pass. Pizak to Reese goes for the score, and now they're looking to take the lead late here in the second quarter, 5:40 to go. So we'll have to look for Tate to try this one again. They declined the penalty because that probably would have put it a little too close, so he's still kicking from the 10.
He's going to kick off of a tee.
And it's, what is it? No good. He pulled it to the left. So the penalty helped the Mustangs. The first attempt was clearly through the upright, so both teams missing on the extra point. We're tied at 6, 5:40 to go in the second. We'll be back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew, your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Here we go. Mount Pleasant now will set up to kick off to the Mustangs, having tied things up. And the pass from quarterback Lucas Pizak. We were mispronouncing his name, so we need to apologize for that. It is Pizak. The 62-yard screen pass to Cody Reese. And the Mustangs were offside on the first extra point attempt, so they had to be redone. And unfortunately for Mount Pleasant, second attempt was no good, so we're tied at 6.
I was going to say right before the snap, and I didn't have time, that it's a delicate play. A lot of things have to go right. The snap has to be good, the catch has to be good, the placement of the ball has to be good, and the kick's got to be straight.
And now Mount Pleasant with the fake on the onside kick, but then they Mount Pleasant now kicking off to the Mustangs after scoring on a 62-yard screen pass by Lucas Pizak to Cody Reese, a screen pass that went 62 yards to tie the game at 6 in an unusual situation on the extra point. On the first attempt, Tate for Mount Pleasant striked it right through, but the Mustangs were offside, so it's an automatic dead ball. They had to redo the kick, and on the second attempt, Tate pulled it left. So we're still tied at 6. The Mustangs now take over on the touchback at the 20-yard line with 5:39 to go. It's Laurel Highlands 6, Mount Pleasant 6, Brian. So Edenfield now will get his third opportunity at quarterback. Hand inside and breaking tackles. Petrus will gain about 4 yards on first down. Tackle there by number 3, Ryan Quinn, as well as number 7.
And number 3, Ryan Quinn.
Petrus is definitely a kid that plays bigger than 175.
He's a tough kid.
That's what he's listed in the program.
Clock running now with 5:10 to go here in the second. Bunches to the right now for the Mustangs. Unusual formation. Wing and 2 receivers, and now inside fake. Edenfield gets it outside. Can he make the corner? No. On the run there for the Mustangs.
Picked up a yard, but there's a lot of real estate if he could have gone around the corner.
I'm sorry, that's number 1, Jacob McClusack on the run. So give him 2 yards. It's going to be third down and 5. Big opportunity here for the Mustangs. They do not want to give it right back to Mount Pleasant with a lot of time left here before halftime.
It's a big third down.
Edenfield. Quick strike inside, in and out of the hands. I think that was Dukeman.
No, that was Ryan Richter.
Richter in his hands and out of his hands. Good stick there by the defensive back, Quinn, for Mount Pleasant. That's incomplete, so 3 and out for the Mustangs, and stops the clock on the incomplete pass.
Well, last year's game, you didn't make it up in Mount Pleasant, Gary, but it was 10-6 at halftime. It was a pretty good game. Turned out the Mustangs lost 45-21.
Another bad snap. Gets it away, so Dukeman will kick it out of bounds, and another bad special team effort there for the Mustangs. Sets up Mount Pleasant at the 45-yard line of Laurel Highlands, 1st and 10. Still 4:14 to go. So the Mustangs handing Mount Pleasant opportunities on the punt team. We saw earlier with the bad snap over the head of Dukeman. Mustangs able to dodge that bullet on the fumble with the 5, but this time now with 4:14 to go, it's Mount Pleasant taking over.
That long snap is not easy, Gary. Steve could tell you how important it is.
It's an art, that's for sure, and you got to find somebody that's good at it. Ooh, high snap, and now Reese will break it upfield, and he'll be tackled for a gain of about 4. Tackle there by Edenfield, I believe, along with the rest of the right side of the Mustang defense.
Stop by the Mustangs, number 2, Ian Edenfield to the 41. Second down 6.
Soup and I went to a Steeler game once, and he was watching the long snapper and the punter working on the sidelines. And I'll finish after this play.
Second and make it 6. Pizak up under center, hands it right up under the middle, and now the Mustang defense all there, whistle blows, and there's not going to be any gain on the play. I think that was, who is that, number 49? 39. 39 for Mount Pleasant. Dylan Rogers on the run, and actually a loss of 1 on the play. Inside defense for the Mustangs, all in there on the tackle.
So Soup was watching the punter catching snaps, and he said, man, that ball gets to the punter slow. And I looked good to me, hit him in the hands, and turned out the guy had 2 blocked punts that day.
Yeah, that's important. Straight back goes Pizak. Swing pass outside, straight up the field, but good open field tackle that time. I think that was Edenfield.
30.
It was Edenfield with a nice tackle there on the swing pass. Will bring up 4th down and 5 in Mustang territory at the 40-yard line. It looks like Mount Pleasant will go for it. Clock winding down at 2:26. 4th down and 5. Another opportunity for the Mustangs to get off the field here on 4th down, and the Mustangs will call timeout.
Timeout, Laurel Highlands.
Good strategy there by Coach Just. If the Mustangs could stop them here on 4th down, change of possession, they'll have an opportunity with approximately 2 minutes to go to possibly put something else on the board.
And a long 4th down. It's not 4th and 1. 4th and 5 is, and the Mustangs have shown tonight that they can stop that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Mount Pleasant coach might reconsider. That's Jason Fazekas. If he reconsider at this point.
The Mount Pleasant Vikings
and we'll take a quick break here on the South Union Township Sports Network for this timeout.
And once again, a reminder everyone too, there is no smoke.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Here we go, 4th down and 5. They're going to try to pull them off now. Pizak goes straight back, swing pass, and in and out of the hands of number 39, Dylan Rogers. Pizak's pass that time in the hands of Rogers, but the Mustangs will take over now with 2:11 to go, and the clock stops on the change of possession.
I thought your idea about the coach reconsidering was a fabulous one, because they probably picked up, because of this field position, probably picked up 20 yards.
At least. He might have been able to stick them back inside the 10.
Oh, yeah, they're at the 40. I'm sorry. Yeah, they could have pinned them back 30 more yards.
So Basinger will be in at quarterback now with 2:11 to go at the 40-yard line. And this will be Basinger up the middle. He's going to drag tacklers for a nice gain of about 9 yards. The Mustangs need to get on the ball quickly. 2nd down and 1. No, they mark it back a few yards, so 2nd and 2.
Takes the ball to the 48-yard line.
So Basinger needs to get in the huddle and get out quickly.
7 carries for Basinger for 39 yards.
Mustangs a little too deliberate here, using clock. 2nd down. This time goes back, swing pass out to the right side with some room. Can get out of bounds to stop the clock, and he does. Gains a 1st down. That's number 12 for the Mustangs into Ryan Fike. Had some green in front of him, gets into Mount Pleasant territory down to the 43-yard line, but a 1st down, stopping the clock out of bounds.
Mustangs.
Minute 31 to go. Nice design play there by the Mustangs, and well executed by Basinger and Fike.
They're up a little quicker this time.
Now inside fake to Petrus, and this is Basinger around the right side. He's breaking tacklers. Can he get out of bounds? He's going to stay on his feet inside the 25 to about the 23. Gained an extra 5. Did not get out of bounds. The clock will stop temporarily for the 1st down, so the Mustangs will still have a lot of time. A minute 24. 1st down down to the 23-yard line.
34-yard run. Faked it to Petrus.
Nice ball handling again by Connor Basinger. This time he'll hand it inside to Petrus, and he'll be stacked up. The Mustangs may use one of their timeouts, and they do. So that is the 2nd timeout. No use going into the locker room with timeouts, Rick. So they'll take a timeout. 2nd down and 9. Minute 6 to go. Mustangs threatening at about the 23-yard line. Will step aside on the South Union Township Sports Network. Gary Frankhauser, Rick Frank alongside Jerry Dupay on the camera. Here we go. Minute 6 to go, 2nd quarter. Mustangs trying to add on before halftime.
Down to 9 now for Laurel Highlands.
Took over at their own 40 after Mount Pleasant went for it on 4th down. 2nd down, and here goes Basinger up the middle, and minimal gain that time, but
12-yard line.
to the 17-yard line. Pickup of a
6.
About 4.
4, I'm sorry.
So 3rd down and 4. Clock inside a minute now. The Mustangs facing 3rd down and 4. Basinger looking. Now we'll roll right. Has a man open, a flag on the play. That's wide open in the right corner, but overthrown.
There's another flag, a 2nd flag.
2 flags thrown.
One was a later flag.
I think we might have holding on the Mustangs back here in the backfield.
Yeah, Basinger was running pretty good to get away from that wall coming.
Couldn't pick up who that was in the end zone, that it was overthrown, but that would have stopped the clock with 36 seconds to go. So now what do we have?
There's a lot of things going on that play at the same time.
Holding on the Mustangs. Personal foul on the defense. That'll be offsetting penalties, so we'll redo 3rd down.
Lost some precious time on the clock,
yeah,
though.
That's exactly what I was just going to say, Rick. We're down to 36 seconds, so they'll get to redo this play.
What a break for the Mustangs, though. The holding, you can't do that, but the personal foul is that's self-inflicted.
And that would have taken them way out of any opportunity for a field goal. So now Basinger, inside handoff, No, he fakes it again. He spins off tacklers
Great
inside
spin.
the 10, has the first down. They have a timeout in their pocket. That'll stop the clock, though, for the first down. So Basinger,
Down to the 9-yard line.
with a 7-yard run, picks up the first down to the 10.
That's 10 carries for 84 yards for Connor.
And now the Mustangs are going to call their last timeout
Laurel Highlands.
with 31 seconds to go. Down at the 10-yard line, it's going to be first and goal Mustangs. 31 seconds to go gives us an opportunity to step aside here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety for colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies. Painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Welcome back. Now we have some strategy in place for the Mustangs. They're going to have to use this clock very wisely. No timeouts left. First and goal from the 9.
They need to hold on to the ball, Gary.
31 seconds to go. Now we have an offside.
Offsides on
pulled
Mount
off
Pleasant.
the Mount Pleasant, and good strategy there by the Mustangs going on a different snap count. Just
Probably a
pulled
hard
off.
count,
Absolute
probably.
hard count.
And I want to say that's what happened on the first touchdown, that Connor has been working that hard count.
They just went on 3 instead of 2. So first and goal now from inside the 5-yard line. Still 31 seconds to go. More manageable now here at the 5, inside the 5-yard line.
Wrap that ball up. Hold on to it.
Basinger looking. He's going to get hit. Pass inside. Could have been intercepted. Let's see. Is it?
Hey, they're saying it's a catch.
Intercepted.
Intercepted.
Wow.
1-yard line.
At the 1-yard line. Looked like number 3 with the interception.
Number 3, Ryan Quinn.
Ryan Quinn with the interception at the 1-yard line. So
Vikings take over.
turnabout, fair play. The Mustangs turned away from the 5. The Vikings turned away from the 5. 26 seconds to go. We're tied at 6. Wow.
I mean, that's only Connor's 4th pass. I wonder about throwing that ball at the 5-yard line.
Well, you got to think the strategy was you're going to throw, that way the clock would stop on an incomplete, but you got to get it in the end zone, and he just kind of tried to force it in there.
That sideline
wasn't available.
That sideline pass, you have to throw it where only your guy can catch it.
Exactly. So
he was sprinting
inside
to his right.
the 1-yard line. Let's see if the Mustangs can push him backwards. That's going to be Govern. He's going to push his way out to the 3-yard line.
I'm sure they're ripping
maybe
it.
the 5. So that no timeouts left for the Mustangs. So
ball to the 5-yard line. Make it now a second down.
And I believe they'll just let it run out. 10 seconds inside 10, and they will let it run out, and that's going to do it here for the first half. Our halftime score: Laurel Highlands 6, Mount Pleasant 6. We'll be back with halftime activities. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at the Mustang Corral, the opening game of the 2017 football season. It's 6-6, Mustangs and the Vikings. Just two scores in the first half. The Mustangs with the first score at the minute 33 mark. Connor Basinger taking it in from 2.5 yards out. That was a 57-yard drive, highlighted by a couple nice passes by Basinger to Dukeman, as well as several runs by Basinger in that read option. The extra point was no good on a bad snap, so the Mustangs led 6-0. It looked like Mount Pleasant was going to come back after a bad snap on a Mustang punt set up Mount Pleasant and resulted in a 1st and 5 at the 5-yard line. But a fumble recovery by Cody Christopher pushed the Mount Pleasants out of that opportunity. Mount Pleasant did come back, though, with a 62-yard screen pass, Spizak to Reese, that tied the game at 6. That was at the 5:40 mark of the second quarter. The kick was no good, and we are tied at 6. The Mustangs were turned away on their last opportunity late in the second quarter. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. A Basinger pass intercepted by Ryan Quinn, and that's how the first half ended. Rick, the statistics, a lot of ground yardage for both teams, I think, but the story is really those miscues deep in each of the opponent's territories.
Well, we did have a lot of action. The Mustangs stopped the Vikings on downs a couple of times, but the yardages weren't real high. For Mount Pleasant, Lucas Pizak, he was 3 for 4 for 76 yards, including that 62-yard touchdown to Cody Reese. On the ground, Cody Reese had 3 runs for 11 yards, and 2 catches for 64 yards, including that touchdown. Mike Govern was their leading offensive threat, 10 carries for 30 yards, although he did have a fumble there. And number 39, Dylan Rogers, had -1 yards. The Vikings had 47 yards on the ground, 76 yards in the air for 123 yards. The Mustangs, on the other hand, Ian Edenfield had 4 carries for 23 yards. Connor Basinger was the big offensive threat for the Mustangs, 3 for 4 in the air, and the one that he missed was that interception for 30 yards. He had 10 carries for 84 yards. Ryan Fike had 2 carries for 8 yards and 1 catch for 12 yards. Brumfield had 1 run for -5 yards. Dukeman had 1 catch for 18 yards, and Jake McClusack had 1 carry for 2 yards, 108 yards on the ground. Obviously, Connor Basinger was the big gainer, and 30 yards in the air for 138 yards total for the Mustangs. So, although the yards weren't very high, there was a lot of action in the first half.
And we also neglected to say the 92-yard run by Connor Basinger that was negated by the personal foul by the Mustangs would have certainly added to those statistics and added to the score.
I had it written down.
He was way out ahead of everybody, and a personal foul pushed the ball all the way back into Mustang territory at around the 23-yard line. So another missed opportunity for the Mustangs. So,
but it didn't hurt them too bad, though.
Exactly. A lot of positives for the Mustangs. The platooning quarterback system seems to be working pretty well. On defense, some very stellar tackling by the Mustangs.
Absolutely.
Held the Vikings twice on 4th down that I recall, and have really had some good pursuit. So it's going to be interesting to see which team comes out with the more fire here in the second half and can pull out this victory. So that's going to do it at halftime for the South Union Township Sports Network. We're going to step aside for these messages, and we'll be back with second half action on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Strohschneider, is your band ready?
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Here we go. Welcome back to the Mustang Corral. We're ready for second half action. Kicking off will be Mount Pleasant Mustangs to receive the second half kickoff as we are all tied at 6.
Kicking off for Mount Pleasant will be number 9.
Number 9, Bradley Tate doing the kicking for Mount Pleasant. Mustangs with the first opportunity on offense. It'll be interesting to see the continuing rotation at quarterback for the Mustangs. Tate, good leg, kicks it deep at the 2-yard line. Coming out now to the 15-20 and knocked down there, but still on his feet. Will come to the sideline, tries to cut it back, and he does, but he'll be knocked down now at the 25-yard line. Big run, a lot of footwork there.
Number 8 for Laurel Highlands,
Dominic Richter
moves the ball
out to the 26-yard line, first and 10.
Big tackle by Selinger. You know, one thing, Gary, in the first half that has to be encouraging for the coaches and the players is they really took care of the ball in the first half. And
other
that
than
seems
those
to
turnovers down at the 5-yard line.
Well, that was the,
yeah.
He was sprinting to his right and threw the pass.
You're right about that, though.
But overall, and you have to say a lot of good things about the offensive line.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Inside handoff, Petrus now. That's Edenfield keeping it. So Petrus goes into that line strong. It looks like he has the ball, and that's Edenfield. He'll pick up 11, first down for the Mustangs out to the 38-yard line. So again, good ball handling by Edenfield that time. Him and Basinger both showing great prowess with that read option.
And Petrus drew 2 defensive linemen.
He does every time. He had me fooled that time. I thought for sure he had the ball.
Well, they definitely respect Petrus now, I can tell you that.
And I think the defense is kind of knowledgeable that he's a tough runner. Fake again. Now Edenfield's going to be hitting the backfield for a loss this time. Good read that time and tackle by the Mount Pleasant defender. That's number 10.
Gibbons.
Braden Gibbons on the tackle. Nice read on that play as he did not go for the fake at all. And just his job was to go after Edenfield, and he completed it perfectly. 2nd down and 11. Mustangs and Mount Pleasant tied at 6. We're just underway here at the second half. Edenfield now with the quick slant inside right off the hands of Dukeman. That's just a little out in front of him, out of his reach. So we got 3rd down now and 11.
Edenfield's pass in out of the hands of number 30.
Edenfield had some zip on that ball.
No doubt. He has a very good arm and just a little bit out in front of Dukeman. That would have been a big gainer had he been able to hit him in stride. So 3rd down and 11. Mustangs trying to keep this opening second half drive alive. Straight back goes Edenfield from the shotgun. He'll throw it deep downfield and looked like somebody grabbed Dukeman. No call. Wow.
Looked like number 3 pulled on the shoulder, Ryan Quinn.
He
from
certainly slowed down, no doubt about it, and I cannot believe no call was made on that play.
The crowd can't believe it. The coaches, the Laurel Highlands coaches can't believe it.
A groan from the stands as I think everyone saw that Dukeman just really slowed down as he was grabbed. The ball was clearly in the air, and that will bring up 4th down.
Dukeman back to punt.
Another low snap, a good pickup there by Dukeman. He'll knuckle this one down to the 40-yard line. Let it roll as far as you can. So Dukeman with the roll punt down to about the 30-yard line, and the Mustangs give it up on 4th down. Mount Pleasant will take over at the 30. We're all tied at 6. First half scoring, as we said at halftime, at 1:33 of the first, 6-0 on a Connor Basinger 2.5-yard run. With 5:40 to go in the second, a 62-yard screen pass by Zach to Reese tied it up for Mount Pleasant. Both extra points not successful, so that is the score tied at 6. 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at the 30-yard line. Pizak in the shotgun, fakes it, now hands off around the right side, and the Mustangs have that deciphered perfectly. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. Cody Reese trying on the speed sweep around the right side. And
tackled by Ryan Richter.
By number 10, Ryan Richter.
Richter just caught him in the backfield and results in a 5-yard loss.
15.
Richter has contained responsibility on that left side, and he just stayed at home. Strung it out, did not allow Reese to cut it upfield for any kind of positive yardage. 2nd down and 15. Pizak in the shotgun. Twin receivers, both right and left. And here comes the rush. Mustangs over the middle, and that's incomplete. Big hit there over the middle, and
Lucas Pizak's pass is incomplete. Be a 3rd down.
3rd down and 15. We welcome in WMBS for coverage, and we have an injured player on the last play. A pass over the middle by Pizak and a big hit by the Mustang defender sent the Mount Pleasant receiver down, and while he's down, this is going to give us a chance to step aside. We'll take an injury timeout, both on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network. For Cody Reese, he'll head to the sideline.
Cody's been a big contributor for Mount Pleasant tonight on special teams, on offense, defense. We've called his name a lot.
Absolutely. Mustang defense will come back out onto the field, and we will rejoin the South Union Township Sports Network. So now the Mount Pleasant Vikings are facing a 3rd and 15 with the 9:31 to go here. Straight back goes Pizak. He'll send it long and not even looking, but makes the catch behind the defense. Can he go all the way? That's number 3. He's in for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
For the touchdown.
Ryan Quinn.
From Lucas Pizak to number 3, Ryan Quinn.
That is a 75-yard pitch and catch. Pizak to Quinn when it looked like that ball was just going to be over everyone. Quinn just ran right under it. The defenders for the Mustangs just did not catch the flight of the ball, and Quinn ran right under it, past the Mustang defense, all the way for the Mount Pleasant touchdown. 9:20 mark of the 3rd. Mount Pleasant takes the lead, 12-6. Extra point to come with Tate on for Mount Pleasant. Just when it looked like the Mustangs were going to take advantage of a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15, Pizak comes up with the huge play.
Extra points have been a problem tonight, Gary. See if how Mount Pleasant can do on this.
There's a fake, and into the end zone. Did he get across the line? He did.
Wow.
A fake and pass by the holder to the end zone.
There's a little delay there by the referee
to see if he broke the plane. It looked like the Mustang defender hit him while he was in the air, but the call was the pass complete, and we can't pick up that number. I was trying to
complete to number 3, Ryan Quinn.
That's Ryan Quinn, so he gets the touchdown and the conversion, so that stretches the lead out now to the Vikings 14, the Mustangs 6. With that, we'll take a break on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network and WMBS.
Back to receive for Laurel Highlands. Deep is number 8, Dominic Richter.
9:20 to go here in the 3rd. Mount Pleasant strikes first in the second half.
Waiting the kickoff, number 9's
on a 75-yard streak down the left side. Pizak hitting Quinn in stride. The Mount Pleasant Vikings now with a 14-6 lead will kick off once again to the Mustangs for their second possession of the second half. I can't emphasize how beautiful that pass was from Pizak to Quinn down the left side. Here comes Richter up the sidelines to the right side, and he'll make it to the 30-yard line.
By Richter brings it up to the 30.
So the Mustangs will have decent field position to start.
First and 10.
First and 10 for the Mustangs, now trailing for the first time this evening, 14-6. Mustang offense needs to now try to mount some kind of a comeback.
On that touchdown, Gary, the cornerback, I didn't get the number. I thought he was going to have an interception, and that ball floated a little bit further, and Quinn got behind the defender.
Looked like he just kind of lost sight of it and thought it was going to be over everybody, but Quinn ran right under it. Basinger now kind of bobbled the snap, and he's going to have to just come around the right side, and he'll lose a yard. So Basinger not able to corral that snap, and just had to run on the broken play out to the right side and caught for a 1-yard loss. So second down and 10. Mustangs Coming to the line now with 8:44 to go here in the third. Twin receivers to the right, wide left is Dukeman. Basinger barking his signals. Hands inside, but fakes and takes it around the left side, and he'll gain nice yardage.
Close to the first down.
Out to the 39. He'll be about a yard short of the first down.
10-yard pickup.
Number 8, Dominic Richter for Laurel Highlands to the 38-yard line.
That was Basinger. They moved it back a half a yard, Rick, so it's 3rd and 2. Looks like they marked it first at the 39, but now it's back at the 38. Big play here for the Mustangs.
Got to keep that ball moving.
Trailing now 14-6. Mustangs need to keep their composure, try to stay with the game plan, and now Basinger really has no chance up the middle, but it depends on the spot. He might have submarined enough for the first down, and the spot coming in looks like he got it.
It's about 2.5 yards on the play, and it's a first.
They're waving him on. First down.
It. So what looked like he was hit at the line of scrimmage 2 yards short of the first down. He just kind of ducked his head underneath the defensive line of the Mount Pleasant Vikings and submarine for the necessary 2 yards in the first down. So good effort there by Basinger. Klusak in motion. Pitch out now. And he really brought down quickly there on the run. Who was on the run there, Rick? Can you pick up that number?
Number 18, Collins.
Collins on the run, and he was hit quickly out there on the defensive side of the ball.
James Collins for Laurel Highlands, and he is stopped by number 39, Dylan Rogers.
Dylan Rogers initially, along with
second down and 13.
The right side of the defense for Mount Pleasant. Biller over there, Jake Wilkinson, Noah Lynch.
Collins has been a sidecar for each quarterback, alternating plays.
Basinger now looking over the middle, and again off the hands of the receiver. That's the third opportunity that the Mustang receivers have had skip off their hands. A nice hit there by number
1, Casey O'Connor.
Number 1, Casey O'Connor with a big hit, as well as number 3, Brian Quinn. So Quinn really coming to the forefront here.
That ball was high over the middle. Dukeman went up for it, tipped it, went up in the air, and the defender, the safety, wanted to catch it, but it bounced before he got to it.
3rd down and 13. Basinger back, he's being harassed. And now he'll go around the left end, has some room, needs to cut it back to get the first, and he does. Spin move at the 47-yard line by Connor Basinger results in the additional 4 yards. 15-yard run by Basinger. Another first down for the Mustangs. That was all Basinger.
He's elusive. He spins at the right time. He bobs and weaves at the right time and makes things happen. That's 14 carries for Connor, and that puts him over the century mark at a $1.09.
That was a clear intent to pass, and the quick pressure resulted in a scramble out to the left. Once he was able to get beyond the contain of the Mount Pleasant defense, he just cut it upfield. He realized he was short of the first down, just spun and wiggled his way for that extra yardage. Basinger now fakes and goes right up the middle on the quarterback draw, runs over a Mount Pleasant defender, and may have another first down.
Straight ahead to the 40, you checked at 38.
That was Quinn that he ran right over.
He pancaked him.
Quinn made the tackle, but he paid the price.
2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1, just short of the first down. Ball sitting at the 39-yard line of Mount Pleasant. Mustangs trying to answer, now trailing 14-6. 5:44 to go here in the third.
Collins is a sidecar again for Connor.
Basinger, the workhorse, he'll roll right, looking, pass it in the middle, and there's a big hit again, and a flag call. That's going to be a roughing the passer, I believe, on Mount Pleasant, but a huge hit in the backfield there. Nice defense by Mount Pleasant. Holding on the Mustangs, wow.
Against Laurel Highlands for holding.
What will Mount Pleasant do? 2nd down and 1, they have to take the penalty. And that will push it back to 2nd down and 11. Big hit in the backfield there for the Mount Pleasant defender. That was O'Connor laying the wood to the Mustang receiver, Mustangs have not been effective through the air.
No, but Connor's also going to have to learn when to get rid of the ball because he was getting pursued in the backfield there too.
The 49-yard line.
And that probably is what resulted in the hold. His offensive lineman trying to protect their quarterback. Basinger now facing a second down and 13.
Coach just going to the air a little more this half.
High snap, round the right side. Needs to cut it up in. This is Fike. He has some room down the right side. Spin move again.
He might have got the first down.
And he is inside the 40 down to the 35. Depends on the spot.
16-yard run for Ryan.
Very close to the sideline, just kind of tippy-toed and then spun inside. Got the first down at the 35-yard line. Big play.
Ball's being spun at the 34-yard line, and that'll be a
Ryan turned that
Laurel Highlands
tough penalty into opportunity.
A jet sweep right. It's kind of a variation of a jet sweep. It's kind of an inside handoff, and both guards and tackles pulling to the right that time. Inside fake, and Basinger will keep it. He is met by a host of Mount Pleasant defenders at about the 31-yard line. Led there initially by number 10.
31.
That's Brandon Gibbons. And number 31, that's Mike Govern for Mount Pleasant. But Basinger pushes ahead for about 3.5 yards.
Again, down to the 31-yard line, a second and 7.
Second and 6.5.
As soon as we get a break, we'll get your tickets out. We'll give you that number of the winning 50-50.
Clock running now with 4:33 to go here in the third.
Conditions are definitely not a factor here. No wind.
Perfect night here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Basinger barking signals. McClusack with the run, and he'll be drugged down for a loss. Jacob McClusack on the inside speed sweep to the left, and he'll lose about 4 or 5 on that one.
About 4 on the play. It's a third down.
Third down and 11 now.
Ball being placed at the 35-yard line of the Vikings.
Looks like Jonah Bender, number 30 from Mount Pleasant, just slid right in there to get him.
39.
Ran him down. Looked like possibly number Dylan Rogers also in there on the play. 3rd and 11, another big play for the Mustangs on this drive that has chewed up some clock, but nothing to show for it yet. Took over with 9 minutes to go. Basinger looking over the middle, has a man, and there's a catch down at the 10, inside the 5-yard line. Can we pick up that number?
12.
Number 12, that's Fike. Nice pass that time by Basinger under pressure. Just lofted it into the
down to the.
It's a 30-yard pass.
Flag pattern to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal now at the 5-yard line. That's out of bounds to stop the clock with 3:26 to go in the third. Quickly to the line. The Mustangs trying to catch the Vikings
number 12,
off guard, and that's going to cause a timeout to be called by Mount Pleasant. So with 3:26 to go, the Mustangs threatening 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, trailing 14-6. We'll be back on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Cheerleaders, they sold red tickets, they sold blue tickets.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, financial services in Uniontown. would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
Here we go, 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Basinger calling the signals. And now we have an offside. I think that's on Mount Pleasant. It is. Coming in on their right end there. Looked like possibly
offsides against Mount Pleasant.
Sheffley, or Wilkinson. Not sure which.
Number 62, if that's the offender, that's the right.
That's Shafley. He just kind of took one step into the neutral zone, and that is a offside call. So that'll be half the distance, puts it at the 2.5-yard line.
Take the ball down
1st and goal.
2.5-yard line.
3:26 to go here in the third. Mustangs trying to bring this game even.
Petrish on the side
and this will be Basinger trying to push his way in, and he will not get to the goal line. Gained about a half yard, maybe a yard. He'll take it down to the 1.
Number 70, Cody Vokes, and number 74, Colton Zelmore.
Clogging things up there for the Vikings.
285 and 250.
2nd down, they're saying no gain, so he still has at least 2 yards to go. Two receivers out to the right for the Mustangs. Basinger again. Calling the signals, and he'll try to take it himself again, and he will not get there yet, but he's very close, down to about the 2-foot line, but it's going to be 3rd down.
Yard.
They're marking it just inside the 1-yard line.
That last yard's the hardest.
Now from the 1.
Edenfield will come in now. And
you would think that this would be a quarterback keeper, wouldn't you?
With Edenfield, 6 foot
220.
230.
230.
You would wonder maybe he would get up under center.
There he goes.
He will. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, no doubt, and he's going to be pushed backwards. No way he did not get any kind of momentum. I think everyone in the stadium knew what that call was going to be.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I think he actually lost a half yard. So now 4th down. Clock's running now inside a minute 45, and the Mustangs, 1st and goal from the 2.5-yard line, have not been able to push it in.
So they're going to keep Edenfield in? Edenfield in. Yes, they are.
And I would think it's probably going to be from the pistol formation this time. It is.
It is, and you'd think that it's
going
to go
play
to
on both
Petrish.
sides. 4th down and 2.
I'm thinking it's going to go to Petrish.
Send the man in motion. They fake it. Here's Edenfield. He's not going to get in.
Oh, he made it. It's close.
It's close. Did he get in?
He leaned
did.
Forward. Wow, he leaned forward on that play.
The last lean by Edenfield just pushes it in. So Ian Edenfield able to complete the drive with a minute 15 to go. That was a 7-minute and 45-second drive for the Mustangs from their own 30-yard line, resulting in the touchdown that has now brought them to within 2 points with a minute 15 to go here in the third. And the Mustangs will go for 2.
I said it several times. I said it before that you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
Edenfield still in there at quarterback. Looking, passes it out here, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion. McClusack with the catch. Jacob McClusack with the nice catch on the out pattern. We're all tied at 14. A minute 15 to go here in the third. We'll be right back with the exciting action here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back. We are all tied at 14. We're back on
two-pointer.
The South Union Township Sports Network, and we welcome back in WMBS. The Mustangs successful on the two-point conversion. Ian Edenfield on the quick out pattern to Jacob McClusack on the right side of the end zone. Nice catch by McClusack over his head. Makes the score tied at 14. So the Mustangs will be kicking off with 1:15 to go here in the third. We're all tied at 14.
This is turning out to be a great game, Gary.
Petrus, a line shot drive, and that pushes the receiver back to about the 10-yard line. And this is Quinn, I believe. It is
Quinn.
And he'll be corralled at about the 22-yard line. So good coverage that time by the Mustang special team.
Ryan Quinn, the ball carrier for Mount Pleasant.
Nice kick that time by Petrus. He just line drive, knuckled it, and pushed him back inside the 10-yard line.
Typically, teams that have two players back, they had three players back. They didn't want that ball to hit the ground because they know that Petrus can line drive it.
So 1st and 10 for Mount Pleasant at the 22-yard line. Got to believe that Mount Pleasant might be looking to put it up again with some success they've had on the deep pass. And now we have a whistle. What do we got? Nice timeout, Mount Pleasant. The coach did not like what he saw, so head coach Jason Fazenkos calls timeout, and that's the second timeout, so they only have one timeout left, Rick. And with that timeout, our score is still tied 14-14. We'll take another break here on the South Union Township Sports Network so you can hear from our fine sponsors.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Here we go, the Mustangs on defense now, able to score on a 7-minute and 45-second drive to tie things at 14-14. 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. 1:05 to go here in the third.
You would think that touchdown really charged up the team in this defense.
Power formation to the right, and a big hit in the backfield, but spinning off was Govern.
Number 31, Michael Govern.
Initial hit in the backfield there.
Christopher.
Looked like Christopher. Govern did spin off for a ability to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe picking up about a half a yard.
Gain of maybe a few inches, making it
second down and 9.
That was a big hit.
Just 40 seconds to go here in the third, Rick. Fast-moving ball game here at the Mustang Corral.
These are two pretty evenly matched teams. That always makes for a good game.
Isaac in the shotgun. Brings one of his receivers wide to the left. Look for a pass here. He goes straight back, looking. Has a man open deep, wide, and running under it and not making the catch. Nice knock away.
He did catch it.
No, he didn't. I don't believe. I think it was knocked down.
Oh, it was. I'm sorry. He rolled over, and I thought he had it.
Number 14, Zach Pressock.
That was kind of a wobbly duck pass.
Yeah, but knocked away at the last second there. I think that was Richter on the defense.
That's what I think, too.
Broken up by number 30.
It's actually pretty good defense by Richter.
That's Dukeman deep safety for the Mustangs. So third down and 9. We got a little conversation going on. They haven't changed the down marker. Personal foul against the Mustangs. Wow.
Personal foul against
I didn't even see that flag, Rick. That's going to be an easy 15 yards for Mount Pleasant.
It was a delayed call, too. Typically, we have a pretty good view of a flag.
I did not see a flag. I don't know where that would have occurred unless it was a roughing the passer as we were watching the play down the field.
Yeah, it could have been.
Personal foul being marked off against the Mustangs and takes the ball down to the 38.5.
So that brings the ball all the way out to the 39-yard line. First and 10 for the Vikings. 10 seconds to go here in the third. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. Mustangs had them push back, and it would have been a third and long. Here's that screen pass. And now coming to his left, that's number 2, dragged down for a short gain.
Number 2,
Aaron Troxel this time on the screen left, and that's going to do it for the third. Gain of about 3. It'll be second down and 7. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. We're tied 14-14 on the first game of the 2017 football season here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Here will be next Saturday morning. That'll be junior varsity football.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, Financial Services in Uniontown, would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
Welcome back. We're ready for fourth quarter action, all tied up at 14. Mount Pleasant with the ball at their own 43-yard line, looking at a second down and 6.
Now at the 43-yard line for Mount Pleasant.
Mustangs with a personal foul penalty that was able to allow Mount Pleasant to gain some good field position. Now here's a handoff in the backfield, and I believe that is
number 2,
Troxel. Mustangs really had great penetration on that defensive play. Really kind of mixed things up there for the Mount Pleasant offense, and Troxel was pretty good to gain a yard on that play. So that's going to bring up third down and 4. Chury on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Well, Richter flew past the quarterback, past the line, past the quarterback, and almost had Troxel.
All-out blitz there by the defensive backs by the Mustangs really brought the heat.
Do I need to say on third down and 4, this is a big play?
You do not. It is definitely at the 45-yard line. Mustangs are to bring pressure again. Rolling right, passing to the sideline, and caught for the first down. Nice catch there by number 14 for Mount Pleasant. That is Zach Pressock.
Isaac's pass is complete to number 14, Zach Pressock.
And on the play there was Basinger. He made the tackle, and he kind of shook up a little bit.
For Laurel Highlands.
And he'll come out of the game for a few seconds, just a little bit shaken up. That brings a first down for Mount Pleasant inside Mustang territory at the 45-yard line. So nice pickup there by Mount Pleasant on third down. Back goes Pizek. He's rolling. Tough pass. Rolling to his left, right-handed thrower. Tough way to set his feet, and just a little off the mark there, incomplete. Intended down the field there. It looked like that was intended for, pick up that number.
Number 2, Troxel.
And just out of his reach.
No, you're right, Gary. That was a tough pass. He was running backwards and to his left, the right-handed quarterback. Although, I have to say, it was still kind of an impressive throw because he flipped it.
He did, and he had a good 25, 30 yards on that flip. Second and 10. Here's the sweep left. This is Troxel with blockers out in front. He'll cut it up field, and he'll have the first down inside the 35 to about the 30-yard line. Gain of 15 yards on the play. So good change of pace there by Mount Pleasant. Had the Mustangs pursuing to the left and just flipped it back to Troxel. Takes it around the left side for the gainer and the first down.
15 yards. You know, it was an all-out blitz there, Gary, and there was nobody covering the outside on that play. That was a good offensive play call by the Vikings.
Vikings had all kind of blocking out in front of Troxel on the left side. Swing pass or the fade pass, and that's going to be out of the reach of everybody.
That was 10 yards too far.
Good defense there by the Mustangs, just not allowing Quinn to release freely down the field. And I think that's what Pizek was relying on. It's a timing pattern, and timing was not there.
If he gets held up a little bit at the line of scrimmage, he's thrown it to a spot.
All right, second down and 10. Ball's at the 30. Pizek in the pistol. Running back behind him. Handoff now on the sweep to the right this time for Troxel. He cuts it up in, and he's going to gain about 6 yards again. So work to the left. Now it works to the right for 6 yards. Tackle there made by, I think that's Petrus, trying to pick up the number. He's shaken up a little bit.
Troxel's been a spark for them, a 5'8", 150-pound running back.
Chury on the tackle. I'm sorry. These numbers are really hard to pick up, but Chury with the pursuit and the tackle. But a 6-yard gain makes it a manageable third down and 4. Still tied at 14. Third down and 4 at the Mustang 25-yard line. Pizek rolling to his left, looking, has room in front of him, throws it, and it's incomplete. Good pressure provided on the right side there by the Mustang defense. Pizak might have been wise to just pull it down and run for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Really good coverage there by Dominic Richter, the corner on the receiver. Not
allowing him to get behind him.
Well, not allowing him to get behind him and not taking a penalty on that.
Exactly, and that's going to bring in the field goal unit for Mount Pleasant. This is going to be a 40-yard attempt, 41-yard attempt. Ball will be placed at the 31-yard line, and that's going to be Bradley Tate coming in out of the hold of number 4, Lucas Pizak.
I watched him
maybe look for the fake here because they did do that on the last
I watched him in warm-ups, and he's got a big leg.
He launches it. It's got a lot of distance.
Oh,
hits the left upright, way up on top of the upright, too, and doinks out to the left. No good.
It would have gone over the band.
That had a lot of leg from 41 yards out, but no good. The Mustangs will take over on downs. What do we have, though?
There's some discussion with the referee by the Mount Pleasant players. Now there's going to be a zebra. Oh, no.
Helmets are off. We're all kind of, but it's going to be first down for the Mustangs at the 20-yard line. We're still tied at 14, 9:24 to go here in the 4th, Brian and Steve.
Gary, we've had just about everything. We've had interceptions, fumbles, 92-yard play called back, and now a doink off the upright.
Yeah, that was
10 now for Laurel Highlands.
Heartbreaker there for Tate. He really launched that one.
I was watching him in warm-ups, and he can really kick, as we see.
Well, Basinger gets blasted in the backfield. Nowhere to go that time, as Mount Pleasant did not go for the fake at all. Or that's Edenfield in there now. That's going to be a loss of about 3 back to the 17.
By number 35, 31, Govern, and it looked like number 65, Shane Province. He didn't really have a chance.
To go back to concentrate on holding those blocks for this read option to be effective. So Edenfield back to pass. Looking. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to go down again. That's Govern again on the sack, and that's all the way back to the 6-yard line.
11-yard loss.
Wow. He's got to get rid of that one. Throw it away.
That's Edenfield's 4th negative rush tonight.
This is going to result in some pretty good field position for Mount Pleasant if the Mustangs aren't able to pick up a 3rd and 23.
23 now for Laurel Highlands.
What do you call here, Rick?
I don't know. Screen pass worked for them for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's true.
But they weren't pinned back this far.
Quick kick, maybe?
He can kick it.
There's nobody back. He's going to roll right. Now he's going to look. Has a man open, just got it too high. So Edenfield just launches that a little bit high. That would not have been enough for the first down. Would have got them out a little past the 20-yard line. It's 4th and 23 now, ball at the 7. The Mustangs have had trouble with these snaps on the punt game, so.
Now, if it touches in the end zone, Gary, is it automatically, if the ball touches the ground?
Punt. He's allowed to pick it up on a punt. So Dukeman, with his heels almost on the back of the end zone, will look for the snap. Good snap this time. Dukeman gets it out of there, and hope for a good bounce, and this time it's going to bounce backwards in favor of Mount Pleasant, and that's going to be down at about the 37-yard line. So Mount Pleasant with outstanding field position to take over at the 37-yard line with 7:43 to go here in the 4th. Score still tied at 14, and after we just saw Tate, you would have to believe that Mount Pleasant is only about 15 yards out of field goal range. Mount Pleasant quickly to the line. Mustang defense a little slow getting into position. Pizak now from the shotgun.
There's nobody in the backfield with him.
Double tight end. He's going to fake it. No, handoff to number 11 that time. And that's Alex Cadillac. He's going to gain about 1. 2nd down and 9.
Looks like the Mount Pleasant coach is rotating more players in than he had before.
Yeah, everyone's getting an opportunity on that offensive side for Mount Pleasant. 2nd down and 9. Mustang defense looking a little winded now. 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Here comes the blitz. Hit from behind. This is Quinn. Can he make the catch? No! Knocked away at the last second.
Connor Basinger on the cover.
Nice coverage, running stride for stride, but Quinn almost pulled that over top of Basinger, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Another huge play defensively for the Mustangs.
That was close to being pass interference, I think, Gary. Connor had his back turned to the quarterback, didn't really see the pass. I thought it was going to be close. I was anticipating a flag there, but is there the same standard in high school as there is in the pros and college where you have to
play the ball, yes.
Well, obviously, in the official's eyes, he didn't make contact before the ball.
Back goes Pizak. Under pressure over the middle, off the hands of his receiver, and incomplete. That'll be 4th down.
That was a bullet to Troxel. It got tipped. I thought maybe a red shirt would run under it.
That would have been huge if the Mustangs could have pulled off a turnover at this point in the field, because right now they're looking at taking over deep in their own territory. Two-man deep for the Mustangs. Maybe they'll go for the block. They do not, and there's a kick. Fair catch called at the 10-yard line. Not sure why. Just didn't let that one possibly bounce into the end zone. But
well, if you kick it any further, you really take a big chance. And they're hoping that he kicks it high enough and that they have coverage to get behind it.
Will take over at the 10-yard line, and it looks like Basinger will get his opportunity with 6:52 to go.
Well, Ian came on in the second half with a lot of stats, but Connor's been the offensive
he's been the offensive tool for the Mustangs.
125 yards rushing for Connor and 60 yards in the air.
Basinger now. Pike in motion. Will hand off inside. And here he goes. It's Basinger. Can he beat this last defender? He'll cut it back in and take it all the way into Mount Pleasant territory at the 32-yard line. Once again, great fake inside to Petrus. Petrus just goes in there so hard, you got to believe he has the ball. Basinger pulls it out, goes around right side, and just had one man to beat. Could not do it, but gains all the way from the 10-yard line to the Mount Pleasant 34.
51 yards. And you have to give credit to the Mount Pleasant defender not getting faked and making that open field tackle to save a touchdown.
56 yards, I think. And here's inside handoff, but given again. Now Basinger will spin out of a tackle and gain about 4 yards that time. So with 6:19 to go, Mustangs have flipped the field position at the very least.
10, 40.
From the 10 to the 34.
39. 34.
Yeah, so that was 56 yards.
40.
On the run, and then 4 on that one. 2nd down and 6.
This has been a very entertaining game so far.
Absolutely, and the Mustangs using clock. 5:48 to go here in the 4th. We're tied at 14. Basinger. They're going to stick with this read option, and Basinger just kind of falls ahead right up the middle for a couple, maybe 1.5, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4.
You know, Gary, on WMBS pregame, we talked about the Mustangs have to play all 4 quarters. Last year they played 2 quarters, 3 quarters, but they didn't play all 4. Tonight they're definitely stepping it up and playing all 4 quarters.
You're exactly right, Rick, and this is another big play. 3rd down and 4. Ball sitting at the 27-yard line of Mount Pleasant. Out of field goal range for the Mustangs, but probably 2 down territory, I would think. Inside handoff. This is Petrus rolling, and he is close to the first down. Looks like he's about a yard shy. So Petrus with a rare carry there gains 3.5, and it is 4th down and 1.
Last year, I mean, this is a flip from last year. Petrus had a majority of the carries.
Timeout call here by Coach Just, but no, he's going right at it. Basinger in the shotgun. Mount Pleasant loads up inside. Edenfield on 4th down, draws him off. And that'll be a huge play by the Mustangs, drawing Mount Pleasant offside on 4th and 1 at the 25-yard line with 4:23 to go here in the 4th. The Mustangs driving, trying to go ahead. That was a huge play, and that's the second time that Connor Basinger has been able to use the hard count to his advantage, but that time gained a crucial first down on 4th and 1. Ball sitting now at the 20-yard line, and Basinger with a sidecar Petrus to his left. 1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line. Fake the inside handoff. Basinger will keep it himself and slice his way inside for about 3 yards, to about the 17-yard line.
Number 39, Dylan Rogers for Mount Pleasant.
It gives Connor 180 yards tonight.
Wow.
On 22 carries.
We welcome in the WMBS listeners. The Mustangs trying to pull out a score here late in the 4th quarter with 3:37 on a running clock. We're still tied at 14. Basinger now in the shotgun. Mount Pleasant has 9 men on the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Petrus. He goes around left side and pushes the defenders for about 6 yards. He's going to be about a yard and a half short of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 12-yard line. Clock still running at 3:06 to go here in the 4th. Another huge play in this drive. Mustangs potentially now in field goal range. Ball sitting at the 12-yard line. Coming down to the wire here, Rick.
Yeah, they're stacking them up on the line again.
Mount Pleasant trying to stop the running game of Basinger on that read option. And he's going to keep it this time. Cut it inside the 5, to the 4. That's going to be a first down, down to the 3, still on his feet, to the 3-yard line. That'll be a first down, 1st and goal, stops the clock on the first down with 2:35 to go. 1st and goal on the 3-yard line.
You have to give Connor a lot of credit for his reads and making the right decisions
he just
every
finds
time.
Those seams. It's really kind of uncanny with all those bodies up front for Mount Pleasant. He's able to find that seam and just slither his way through. Not really a power runner, but he's run over a couple people here this evening.
He wasn't afraid of contact.
Basinger, 1st and goal at the 3, sends a man in motion, fakes it, takes it himself up the middle, stopped at about the 1-yard line.
Quarterback keeper again for Laurel Highlands.
They'll mark it short at the 1-yard line. That's going to be 2nd and goal.
To the 1-yard line.
Clock running now. We're under 2 minutes here in the 4th quarter. And the Mustangs really should not be afraid to use as much clock as possible. But you don't want to take any chances. Get this score any way that you can.
Well, there's 15 seconds to go on the play clock.
So Basinger brings him up again. Sends 2 receivers, one wide left, one wide right. Basinger, man in motion. He'll fake it and take it himself. Spinning, he does not get in. Well, late call. He's still on his feet. What are we waiting for here?
There's no referee saying it. With his arm.
Touchdown! Wow, late call. They had to unpile him. And Connor Basinger somehow twisted his way through that contact. Got across the goal line for the Mustang touchdown.
They made all the right decisions tonight, Gary. They played solid all 4 quarters.
Attempting the extra point for Laurel Highlands is number 7.
Coming on for the extra point will be Alec McClay. Out of the hold of Dukeman.
We've seen how important these are.
Huge extra point about to happen. It's down, it's up, it's good. Drilled it through, line drive.
The crowd goes crazy.
Unbelievable. The Mustangs take the lead at 21-14 with a minute 23 to go. Big defensive opportunity now for the Mustangs, and we'll be back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Here we go, minute 23 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Laurel Highlands number 45, Chad Petrus.
Mustangs on top now, 21-14. Petrus will do the kicking. Mustangs special team needs to come up huge now. Stay in their lanes. Try to keep some field position deep for the Mount Pleasant Vikings.
Pair of 1-yard touchdowns for our quarterbacks,
There's
Gary.
a kick, a high kick, this time by Petrus, all the way back to the 10-yard line. Trying to come out to the left side, and that's really not a good idea from the return team. Don't get a penalty. There it is. Oh, my gosh.
That was
penalty outside the line, taken down by Ryan Quinn, and they're going to add 15 on, and what looked like good coverage is going to turn into great field position for Mount Pleasant.
They had him out, forced him out at the 29-yard line.
And what I was starting to say there, from Quinn's standpoint, you really don't want to go to the sideline. That just creates another defender on the kick return. And the Mustangs just swarmed him, but once he was out of bounds, a little too much extracurricular activity, adds 15.
If it were on the sideline in that white area, it'd be one thing, but it was a little further than that.
Got to know where you're at.
A little too much emotion. So they're going to start at the 44 instead of the 29.
From the 44-yard line, 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant. Minute 14 to go. They only have one timeout, Rick. They used 2 timeouts in the third quarter. So that could come into play here also with the minute 14 to go. Back goes Pizak. Looking, and just throws it away. Stops the clock with a minute 7 to go. Pizak had nowhere to throw and just found an empty area out there around the 40-yard line of Laurel Highlands and dumped it in there for an incomplete pass.
Now, it might not have seemed like something at the time, but that first timeout was early into the third quarter.
I think it was their first possession.
Yeah, it was their first possession, and I was a little surprised with the minute gone that he used that. Didn't really seem like
a penalty flag here. What do we got, Rick?
Illegal procedure of some kind, I thought I heard.
That'll take the ball back now to the 39-yard line.
Well, thanks, Brian. With a minute 7 to go, the Mustangs on the kickoff had Mount Pleasant back at the 25-yard line, but a late hit out of bounds gave Mount Pleasant some good field position, but now on first down, Mount Pleasant has an illegal procedure call, so it's 1st and 15 at the 37-yard line with a minute 7 to go. Pizak now deep, and he'll go to throw it out of bounds again. So the last 2 opportunities, he has thrown it out of bounds. We got another flag on the play, and that, I think, is going to be holding on or a chop block against Mount Pleasant. Let's see what happened here. It might be a huge penalty against Mount Pleasant. Isaac stops the clock with 1:02 to go. Holding against Mount Pleasant will push them back, and Mustangs will certainly take the penalty to push them back as far as they can. Of note, Mount Pleasant has only one timeout left. They used 2 timeouts in the third quarter, really inexplicably, but that could come into play here also. So the Mustangs with a 21-14 lead, 1:02 to go, 1st and 25.
That'll be now at 1st and 25.
Isaac now. Here's a hook and ladder for Mount Pleasant, and he is out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Hook and ladder for Mount Pleasant.
On a 1st and 25.
On a 1st and 25, they picked up a good 18 yards, ball all the way out to the 45-yard line. So now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Ball out of bounds also stops the clock with 55 seconds to go. So nothing to lose there. Mount Pleasant pulls out their trick play. Straight back now goes Pizak, rolling to his right, throws it high. It's caught out here at the 40-yard line. Quinn will shake and bake, and he's out of bounds at the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. So Mount Pleasant pushing the ball down the field, gets the first down at a 1st and 25, and in 2 plays they pick up the first down into Mustang territory at the 36-yard line. Still 47 seconds to go. Great 2-minute drill here by Mount Pleasant. They took over with just 1:14 to go, and now there's still only 47 seconds to go, and they have the ball in Mustang territory. Straight back blitz coming, throws it away.
That was a smart play.
Mustangs brought the blitz from the left side. I think that was Petrus coming strong from the left side, and nowhere for Pizak to go. He just throws it away and just used 5 seconds. So 42 seconds now. 2nd down and 10. Pizak goes to the sideline, gets the call. Play clock now moving. Very intelligent quarterback. Lucas Pizak for Mount Pleasant has been very composed even in this 2-minute drill, trailing by 7. Straight back now, 2 drop over the middle. That's going to be an interference call. No call made. Wow. Clear contact in the defensive backfield. Incomplete. I guess they considered it uncatchable.
Dominic Richter had coverage on.
He kind of ran right into the receiver, but no call made.
On Quinn was the intended receiver.
Coaches across the way for the Mount Pleasant Vikings screaming for an interference call. Do not get it. We're down to 38 seconds. 3rd down and 10. Ball still at the 36-yard line.
That's the second fortuitous no call on pass interference tonight for the Mustangs.
Now, twin receivers left. Short receiver to the near side. Pizak. And Mustangs bring blitz. They have him inside, but no interception. Picked off by Richter. I believe he's going to go down the right side and be tackled inside Mount Pleasant territory at the 35-yard line. I believe that was number 8, Dominic Richter, picking the pass off. Pizak under great pressure by the blitzing Mustang defense, and that will put the Mustang. Oh, it's Elijah Gwynn. Couldn't tell what that number was, but it was picked off by the Mustangs, and they will take over inside Mount Pleasant territory at the 33-yard line with 27 seconds to go, leading 21-14.
I think the victory formation here would be in order. 27 seconds. Mount Pleasant has 1 timeout left.
Coach just imploring his team to just hold on to the ball.
And with the timeout,
Gary, as we talked,
call timeout.
7th inning, it's now
That'll give us a chance to take a quick break. Now we're going to be back real quick. I'm sorry, that was a 30-second timeout. We will not take a break. We'll keep it right here. The Mustangs have a deep safety in the form of Chad Petrus.
Who you are and identify.
Victories, and that's going to be a kneel down by Edenfield. And I do not think Mount Pleasant's going to call a timeout. They are not. They're going to let the clock run out. And the Mustangs, in the opening game of the 2017 season, pull off the victory over the Mount Pleasant Vikings, 21-14. We'll be right back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Gary Frankhauser, Rick Frank alongside Jerry Dupay on the camera. We'll be back with post-game activities on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Once again, a reminder, the Mustang.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
We're back here at the Mustang Corral on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network to wrap things up. The Mustangs pulling out the 21-14 victory over the Mount Pleasant Vikings. And Rick, it was a very exciting game, a lot of action end to end. We had some long plays, we had a few turnovers, we had some great efforts on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we saw just about everything tonight, and this is our 11th season together, Gary. This is probably the best high school football game I've seen since we've been announcing. It came right down to the very end.
Absolutely, and looking at the scoring for the second half, as you know, we went into the second half all tied at 6, and Mount Pleasant took the lead at the 9:20 mark of the third on a 75-yard pass from Pizak to Quinn, on a beautiful pass and catch down the left side of the field, and Quinn just outran the defense after he was able to pull that in. And the extra point also went to Quinn, which made the score 14-6, Mount Pleasant at that point. But the Mustangs came back with a drive of their own that culminated in an Ian Edenfield 2-yard run on fourth down that pushed across that touchdown, and it was Edenfield to Jacob McClusack in the right side of the end zone for the 2-point conversion that tied things up at 14 as we ended the third quarter. Into the fourth quarter, the Mustangs had a couple opportunities, but it was the final drive that culminated in a Basinger 1-yard run, and it was Connor Basinger, the highlight of that entire drive, just running that speed option to perfection, hitting on a couple key passes, matriculating the ball down the field, and taking it in from 1 yard out. The kick was good, and that was our final score, 21-14, Mustangs on top. Here's Rick with the final statistics.
Well, it was pretty much similar to the first half. Things opened up a little bit for the Vikings, where they rotated some new players in. But the final stats are Lucas Pizak was 7 for 15 for 195 yards. Cody Reese had 4 carries for 6 yards. Troxel 3 carries for 23. McGovern had 11 carries for 31. Rogers for 1 for -1, and Cadillac 1 for 1. Altogether, the Vikings had 60 yards on the ground, 195 yards in the air for a total of 255 yards. The Mustangs were a little bit better than that. Ian Edenfield, 11 passes, 11 receptions, 11 catches for 32 yards.
11 rushes.
11 rushes for 32 yards. He scored 1 touchdown and 1 two-pointer. Connor Basinger, 25 carries for 192 yards. Almost got to 200. 6 passes for 60, and he also scored a 1-yard touchdown. Ryan Fike had 30 yards on the ground, 58 yards catching. Brumfield had -5 yards rushing. Dukeman had 18 yards receiving. And McClusack had 0 yards rushing, but he also had a 2-point conversion. The Mustangs 92 yards on the ground, 92 in the air, 229 on the ground, for a total of 321 yards.
Impressive in the first game for the Mustang offense to look like it was so well oiled, and really nothing really negative to say other than a couple miscues on some special teams, but I'm sure Coach Just will correct that. And the Mustangs have great momentum now going into the second game of the season, having to travel up to Indiana to play the Little Indians, and
haven't started out 1-0 for a while.
That's exactly right. And South Union Township Sports Network and WMBS will have that as bonus coverage. South Union Township will have that on the air, and you can watch this game on YouTube. I'm sure everyone will pick that up, and we want to make that one last reminder that the South Union Township will have the dedication ceremony for the Sheepskin Trail, the ribbon cutting, on Thursday evening at 6:30. That's August 31st, 6:30 at the bridge down by Hutchison. So everyone should be excited about going down and seeing that new facility that is really beautiful for the residents of the area. This has been Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank, and we'll sign off on WMBS. Final score, Laurel Highlands 21, Mount Pleasant 14. And for the South Union Township Sports Network, tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and everyone at CUTV with Gary Smith in charge. I'm Gary Frankhauser, Rick Frank, and Jerry Dupay. This has been another South Union Township Sports Network presentation in our 28th season. Good night, everyone.